Hey YouTube, Trucking Life here again. I'm back for part 2 of the you want to get into this business. I'm not sure what I'm gonna name it yet, but anyway, you want to get into this business, everything to come along with it. The best advice I could give you of getting into the lease to purchase program business and containers / rail yard business. Alright, this section right here gonna be on maintenance and mainly containers, but I'm gonna throw some maintenance in there, you know. But I would recommend, alright, I'm gonna hop right into it. I ain't got no notes on this one. This one right here is so fresh in my head, I don't need no notes on that. But if I do miss something, you guys may have a question about it, leave them in the comments and I'll answer them the best way I could, or I'll try to make a video addressing that if I can, if that's possible. Alright, without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, first thing, you already figured out the lease purchase program part on my last video, part 1. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch part 1. You kind of get understanding what I'm talking about in part 2. So you got the truck, the company, it panned out, they got work, you got a decent engine, you got a decent vehicle, you got a good mechanic, and so on and so on. So now you're ready to start doing containers. First thing I would recommend you do is get a tool set if you don't have one, a cheap tool set, like go to AutoZone and get like I think they have for like $100 or something like that, where you can buy like a bunch of different ratchets, wrenches, screwdrivers. I think it comes with like 1 crescent wrench. I would at least recommend get at least 2 crescent wrenches and other just tools, some basic tools, pliers, vice grips, crescent wrenches, Phillips flathead, a couple stars, Allen keys, stuff like that to kind of start off with. That way, because when you go into containers, man, you're gonna have to use one of them tools. Flathead screwdriver, sledgehammer, get a sledgehammer too. And bolt cutters, if you go do rails, get that stuff. I will list it on here, but you guys get the drift. Get like some basic tools, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause some rail yards you go to, they have bolts on the back where you gotta put like a little metal bolt. Union Pacifics, they known for this. If you go in with a regular seal, they want you to do they call it applying a bolt. So you gotta put a bolt on there with a little screw on there, tie it down. I got like a little pipe wrench with a hole in the middle. I put it on there and you bend it back, I think at least 90 degrees or something. Then it says okay, because they want a bolt on there to secure their loads, I guess, when it's in the yard. So have like a little pipe wrench, probably about yay long, not real long, just one with a hole in the middle that you put over the bolt to bend it down. That's for Union Pacifics. But back to the rails. When you start doing rails, you got your equipment is good. Rails going to beat your truck up. Let me let you know that now. So no matter how much a rush somebody else is in behind you, take your time going through the rail yards. So the rail yards, some of them is rough. I mean, really rough. I'm on craters. You busting shots rough. Some of them are. So take your time, because the container gonna beat it up anyway. That's why you got it, to work it, to get beat up. It's a truck. You don't want to abuse it, but it's going to get beat up. So therefore, just know that when you go into the rail yards, you want to save as much time as you could in the rail yards. So it's a couple things that applies to this. If you go to a rail yard, you're not familiar with them, I told you about the 3-person rule. Ask one person, stop asking somebody else to confirm the other story. Ask the 3rd person to confirm either one of them other stories. Don't waste a lot of time in a rail yard, because you could lose a whole 8-hour shift in there without even thinking about it. You look up, your time gone, your ELD going down. Your ELD is ticking down. If you run a local, I don't think you have to run an electronic log, you run a paper log. But anyway, if you run an ELD, electronic log device, your clock is ticking. You go off duty, but your 14 still ticking. I have to make another video on that separately. But anyway, you want to save as much time as you could when you're in the rail yard. So it's a couple ways you can do that. 1, be humble. Don't go in the rail yard with pride. Come on, I don't need no help. Yeah, you do. You need help. Believe me. You got pride, you go be sitting around. Believe me, you will be sitting around. Another thing, find out the map of the rail yard you're going into. Get a map. Once you get the map, you go to a driver assistance building to get the map. They got maps of their rail yards. Most of them do. If they don't, learn the rail yard. If you go in there a lot, just start looking at what stuff is at. Start looking, reading signs. If you go on to F8 and you got to pass by I-2, look at I-2 and see where it's at, in case you might have to go to I-2 one day. Start just being aware of what you driving past while you're in the rail yards, because if you don't, one day you're going to have to go to I-2 and you're like, man, where's that at? Now you got to go back to the driver assistance, try to get a map if they got any left, and then you got to drive around asking people versus you just knowing where it's at because you've seen it when you're driving the F8 or whatever. Another thing, when you find your box, learn how to, I call it, analyze the situation really quick. What I mean by that is, you look at your box, let's say you come in there and the box is already on the container. I mean, the container's already on the chassis. Tell you, boy, the rail's going, anyway, the box is on the chassis already. Look at it. Learn how to like do half the examination from inside the truck. Because when you're driving, you looking for your box anyway. You're looking for numbers. Once you find a number, stop in front of that box, look at it up and down. From the front, you could tell a whole lot about that container. First of all, if it's a sticker on the front, an FHWA sticker on the front, you could be able to tell when to expire. Sometimes you can see it from the truck. And if it expires a certain time, there's ways around that too, but I ain't gonna say on here. Anyway, if that's good, you can look and see if the box sometimes be sitting on top of the pins. I got a video knocking how to knock it down. That's where that sledgehammer come to play. But be careful when you do that. We'll watch the video knocking down the box off pins. All this stuff will save you time, because if you don't have no tools to do it with, now you gotta go to the repair line. A repair like that, a light here, a glad hand rubber garment that goes inside the glad hand, box on top of the pin, you can knock it down yourself. But if you ain't got no tools, you got to go sit in a long repair line if it's a long ride, if they're open. Now you're wasting more of your time. So that brings me to my next suggestion. Be a quick learner. You have to be a really quick learner. I was not mechanically inclined when I got into this business. To be honest with you, I'm still not. I'm just from the land to make it happen, man. If it don't happen, it ain't gonna happen. So you want to save as much time as you possibly can by doing some stuff yourself instead of going to the repair line for everything, little thing for a light, a mud flap. If you start getting a little more advanced, get like a portable drill, with like a little with the little different see, I ain't mechanically inclined. I don't even know the name of the little things you put on the drill that fits on top of the nuts. And you zip 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 zip. Man, it be mud flaps laying all around the rail yard sometimes just from falling off. People drag them and they keep going. You see a mud flap that's kind of decent, grab it. It ain't nobody's. Grab it, put it in your truck. You might need it. So you get that chassis, they don't have a mud flap on there. You could, instead of going to the repair line, take the old nuts out, throw the new one on there, drill some holes in it, pop it on, you good to go. Unless there's a hold on that chassis because of the mud flap. Then what you do is you can either go to the mechanic shop, have them put it on, or you can put it on yourself, then go to the mechanic shop, have them clear the code in the system. I'll go into that in another day too. All these are little tips and tricks to not waste as much time. Some of your time is going to be wasted in the rail yard. It's that's just the way it is. Some stuff you can't control. Building issues, storage issues. Building issues, I'll do a video on that. It's some ways, I'm doing this like this is the building, right? This is the building right here. See? So, like I was saying you want to minimize your time being wasted in the rail yard. Because if you're not careful, you can do a whole 8-hour shift in there plus some. And nobody will stop and say, hey, you've been here all day. Want to feed something to eat? You want to go home? Nobody gonna say that. Everybody will be driving around like you, looking with their head turned and looking, trying to see what's going on. And you got to watch them while you watching you. It's a different world in that, man. It's a different world. But this stuff right here save you a whole lot of time and headaches. You can't save all the problems, but if you can minimize them, why not? Another thing, you want to get the app. If that rail yard has an app, some guys, a lot of people have problems with this, man. I guess they don't want to adapt to the changes of life. But I say any tool you could use to make this experience in the rail yards, if you're going to do them the best as possible, you might want to use the tools available, like apps. Sometimes you can put the box number in the app to see if it's good, bad, before you go wait in a long line to outgate, only to get up to the outgate and they tell you, you got to go back to the yard because something wrong with the box. Save you time, believe me. This guy been through that so much. I started, you know what? I said, got to be a better way. Then nobody gonna stop and tell you, hey, that box got a hold on it. You might want to go get it checked out. Nobody tell you this stuff. You get the box, the spotter, take the box, put it on the chassis. He don't leave a note on there for you. Hey, this box got a hold on it. Make sure you check it out before you check out. Nah, nothing. It look good. The box in there shining, smiling at you. I'm waiting on you. You waiting on me? Cause I'm looking for you. You get out, try to get out the gate with it. You see that sign come up, operator's assistant, or tell you hold on or stand by. Like, uh-oh, this could be bad news for the bandits, baby. Bad news for the bandits. Another thing, hide some work clothes in your truck. If you don't want to drive around with work clothes on all day like me, hide some other work clothes in your truck in case you got to start fixing something or get on the ground and adjust some brakes and all that stuff. Another thing too, learn how to do that too. It ain't hard. I got a video on doing it, so it ain't hard to do. It's fairly easy, and that'll save you some time right there too. But bring you a change of clothes if you don't want to driving work clothes all day. So in case you got to get down and dirty with some stuff and keep on going, because mind you, you're going to the rail yard to get a load to go work. When you're in the rail yard, you're not working yet. You working once you get out the rail yard and get going. Then you're working. That's where it starts. A lot of people don't know that. They think I'm working now, I'm in the rail yard running around. No, you ain't getting paid for that. Unless you get paid by the hour, then you're getting paid for it. But most of us, we ain't getting paid by the hour. We get paid by the moves. So if you don't move that truck out there rail yard to the customer or consignee, you're not getting paid. And that brings me to my another point before I close this video out. I'm going to throw a little maintenance in here too. But I don't know if I should throw maintenance in here. I think I should make that another video by itself. Probably a later date. I'm probably going to make this a part 2 series. If you guys want a maintenance video, yeah, I'm going to do it like that. Because I don't want to make these videos too long drawn out, man. It's long enough as it is. If you guys want a maintenance video, want me to do one about explaining how to maintenance or try to maintain your vehicle, or how to stay on top of stuff, or try to how to judge your vehicle if it's how do I want to say this? Road ready. It ain't gonna break down the side of the road. Cause you drive your truck long enough, you know what could make it to here to there without it going too crazy. You kind of got a good idea. But anyway, so I think I'm gonna say it on the main. I'm gonna say the maintenance thing. That's something else. But that'll come along with the. As a matter of fact, that'll come along with the first video I did about finding a good mechanic, man. That kind of show you little tips and tricks on how to keep your truck going, man. Can't save them all, but what you could save, try to save. As far as like major repairs, you can prevent a lot of that stuff by certain things you do. And sometimes you just can't prevent it; it's gonna happen. But anyway, oh, and another thing, last point, and I'm gonna end this video, guys. Part 2. You gotta know when to hold them, when to fold them. When you go into a rail yard. What do I mean by that? If you're getting paid by the hour, this is a different story. You know, even if you're getting paid by the hour, it just depends on your company you're with. If you're a company driver, this might be a little different for you. This is more so toward an owner operator or at least the purchase driver or somebody got the ability to say turn down loads and keep loads. This is more geared towards you. Company drivers, I know some company drivers that'll pull it, but I won't suggest it because I don't want to get you fired. But when to hold them, when to fold them. What I mean by that? Let's say you're going to a rail yard and you got an appointment time to be somewhere and you're looking at your clock because all this time you're watching your ELD clock at the same time. You got all this stuff going on simultaneously. You watch your clock, you watch how much time you're wasting. Make sure you pay attention to the clock while you're in there. If you don't, you will lose hours in there without knowing it. Pay attention to the clock while you're working. It's going to be hard to do at first, but after a while, you lose enough time, you'll realize how to do it easy. You'll find a way how to do it easy. So this is what I would suggest. You hold them. That means you continue the day when things going good. You give yourself an hour, probably 2 hours max in the rail yard to be able to run your run. So you got to get in the rail yard, get out within a 2-hour window. If the run don't permit that, or the rail yard permits you from, it stops you from leaving out in that time, then sometimes you might take an L for the day. You know, you might say, I got this chassis right here. It got problems. It's beyond you can't fix the problems. You got to go to the shop. Like it's a glad hand, arm missing off with the nuts gone, so they got to change the whole bearing system in there. I don't know how to do that. You guys might have to do it. I don't know how to do that. I tried to rig it up. I couldn't get it working. Or axle might be bent, or they might have to do a flip, or you might have cracked drum. Now I wouldn't, I'm just saying, you got issues that is beyond your knowledge of repairing. The small repairs you could do, but the major ones like them, you gotta go through them. They gotta either take the drum off or give you a flip ticket. That's another story too. I'll do that another. There's a lot of stuff to this rails, guys. I wish I could cover it all in this one video, but I can't. But this is for you too, William. And whoever else out there want to get into this business, this is enough to kind of give you an idea of what's going on. It's so much more into it than what I'm saying. I'm kind of skimming the surface, but I'm going deep enough so you guys kind of get the idea of what I'm talking about. So when you fold them is when you realize, okay, this is too big for me. I'm losing too much time. I went and try to get a repair line super long, or I tried fixing it. I can't move it. I'm trying to fix it on the way it's at. It just ain't working. You watching your time at the same time. You fixing on stuff, trying to get it fixed, and you watching your time. If you don't have enough time to be able to run that run, you can either do one or two things. Call it that day as a loss, get the stuff fixed, and take the load home with you, and then do it the next day if possible, if the load is worth it. Or you can say, man, take me off this load. I'm going home for the day. I'll start over tomorrow. Because sometimes if you try to push it on that one load, you end up losing more than you make for the day because stuff just go wrong. I got a little thing that is usually found to be true. When stuff start going too wrong, I usually fold it, because my experience, when stuff start going so wrong and you trying to force it to go right, and you finally get out there and it go wronger, if that's a real word, it get worse. I said, man, I should have just took the L on this day, because this day, it just ain't worth it. All money, not good money, man. Sometimes trying to make this $1 will cost you $20. Now you end up losing on a day you could have took off and took a zero on it anyway. At least you'd have broke even taking the L for the day versus trying to force it. Like you trying to fix something real quick, get out there, DOT pop you. You ain't making a run anyway, now you put you out of service. You still losing. Or you get out there you see a tire on the chassis that look kind of okay. You know it might not make it, but you might make it. So instead of going to get it changed, because you knew you're going to waste more time trying to get it changed, or you get over that line is so long, you're like, man, I got to go. I'm going to take my chances on it. I'm going to air it up right. I'm going to do a video on that too. I got videos on airing up tires right. I'm going to air it up right. I'm take my chances. You got a big chunk like this missing out your tire, right? And you're going to take your chances. It's a hot day. You take the chance. You get out there. Boom. Tire gators all over the road. You're like, Now you sitting in the truck stop on the side of the road somewhere waiting on road service because it's the tire too bad to go on. Believe me, I ain't gonna say I would try. I'm just saying I've done things before, but it's too bad where you can't go on. You gotta sit, and you lose anyway. That's why I say you gotta know when to hold them and when to fold them. If the day is going too crazy, man, just take an L on it, man. Take an L on the day because it ain't worth it. Some stuff is worth it, some stuff not. That's dealing with rails, period. That's dealing with trucking, period. But I'm talking about rails specific, because rails, think of rails like this. You got two worlds, right? You got this world, which is the rail yards. You got this world, the truck driving world, regular world, trucking world. Outside the rail yards, go customers, weigh stations, DOT, portable scales, truck stops, the normal trucking world. You got the real world. You got to go into this world first, navigate this world, don't waste too much time in this world before you enter this world. You got two jobs. Two. People don't think of it like that, but that's the way it is, because the rail yard could kill everything out here. This won't even happen if this world go wrong. If this world have a storm going on, I mean hailstorm, tornadoes, this world is obsolete. You ain't making it to this world because you still stuck in this world. So you gotta understand, you gotta navigate two worlds. You learn how to get through this one to get to this one, because this is where your money is at. This world right here is to get you your money, but you gotta get through it. So on that note, guys, I'm gonna holler at you guys later. Hope this video was helpful. See you in the next video, guys. Peace.